Mr. Pai talked about, how it is a startup capital, IT capital. It also is the pothole capital and the garbage capital and so on. I think potholes is really an issue that hits home because nobody should have to die because of bad infrastructure. I mean, technically, if this were to happen, let's say in one of the Nordic countries, you could sue the state. So as per NCRB data, Bangalore has the highest number of road accidents of any city in the country, 3,200, in which 654 people died. This is in the year 2021-22.
That's true.
Can't this be fixed? I mean, is it such a hard thing to fix a pothole in a road?
It is. It is. So you know what the stats that Mohan mentioned is true about Bangalore. The negative stats that you mentioned about Bangalore is also true. So we coexist between both these worlds. Now, if you want to get to why it's so difficult to fix, I mean, very quickly, there's a constitutional defect that we have got from birth. You know, when it was set up, the center and state were very clearly defined in terms of roles and responsibilities. But when it came to the third tier, because Mohan wanted the mayor, they unfortunately just used the word local bodies. As a result, we became vassals of the state government. And as Mohan mentioned, there is no interest in the state government to let go of the golden goose that Bangalore and other cities like this represent. This is a countrywide problem.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, I mean, why is this not so relevant in Chennai or in Mumbai?
It is. So what I'm saying is a generic problem that cuts across. Where it's more acute in Bangalore, if you take 2001 to 2011, that census, that decadal thing, period, Bangalore grew by 48% in that decade. It is the highest growth rate for any city of that population anywhere in the world. So when you have that kind of huge growth, without having the matching political or administrative systems, it would have challenged the best and the brightest of leadership in the world. Okay. And in the absence of that, you have a makings of a disaster. The second thing really is, when you come down to anything that we need in this place requires multiple agencies to play ball. You know, your network 18, it's everything I can relate it to the network effect. When we come to traffic and mobility, everything is network related. So anything you touch, on an average, there are 8 to 10 agencies involved. Now, unless you have a mechanism to knock those heads together to get an outcome, nothing about our governance system is outcome-oriented. We will hear thousands of crores, projects. So coming specifically to your pothole question, potholes develop in the first place because of poor engineering, very poor implementation of the road, lack of drains, corruption. All these play a role in the pothole developing. Today's puddle is tomorrow's pothole.
Yeah.
And in the filling of the pothole, it's tragic, but we are quite insensitive to what human lives matter. So the statistic you mentioned, in a sense, reflects extremely poorly on the kind of immunity that we have developed to these kind of stats.
Towards human life, actually.
Yeah.